Hi, everyone. Today we're talking about miracles, not as some abstract concept, but as real, powerful, and practical tools that you can use in your daily life. According to A Course in Miracles, miracles aren't some random act of divine intervention. They are natural expressions of love and shifts in your perception, in your thinking from fear to love, and they're available to us all the time. Today, we are going to explore 5 principles that will help us understand how miracles work and how we can actively engage with them in our everyday lives. Miracles have the unique ability to collapse time. What does that mean? Well, the Course says that miracles can substitute for learning and lessons that might have taken thousands of years otherwise. When we experience a miracle, it is like a direct vertical correction. We shift from fear on the horizontal plane to love, to inspiration, to higher wisdom on the vertical plane. And from this place, from this shift, this miracle, this direct vertical correction, we are able to see things differently, to see things from the higher ground, from a place of higher wisdom, to be guided by the higher mind, by love. And this happens in the holy instant, a place of pure presence where we are elevated above the low level fearful stuff into that realm of higher mind, of love. And from that place, you make different decisions as you move through the world. You make different choices, hopefully more loving choices, because you're elevated and lifted out and you can see the entire situation differently. And you will continue to see situations differently and make more loving choices. The universe is going to offer you opportunities to play it differently, to practice making those choices from that elevated, lifted place of love. Practically, this means that by embracing the power of miracles, we can bypass a lot of suffering and struggle. We're still going to have lessons and opportunities and challenges that we learn through, but we're not going to be learning unconsciously on a wheel of suffering that we have no idea how to get off of. Instead, it will be from an aware, a conscious place that we are being guided instead through all of these trials and situations that the world throws at us. We are being guided by love. We are being guided by God. We are asking for help to see things differently, to see things through the miraculous mind, through the lens of love. And from there, that is that higher place where better choices can be made, more loving choices can be made, which will save you so much time, so much effort. You won't have to go through as much pain and suffering and struggle because you'll know there's a better way to address the situations in your life as they come up. When we let love lead our decision making and through our life experiences, healing occurs naturally. That is the miracle, a natural expression of love. So a miracle is learning through love rather than learning through pain and suffering and fear. So the next time you're faced with a challenge that seems impossible or that it's going to take forever to fix, for solutions to come, for the process to take a moment and invite God into this situation and hand it over to Him. Ask Him to see this situation differently. Ask for a miracle. Ask for guidance during the process. There still might be some time because divine right order takes some timing, but God can't come in until you invite Him in. So that's the first step. Admit that you need help with this situation, and God's on it. The Holy Spirit will come in and start reorganizing and reorchestrating all of the factors in the situation and coming into your mind and helping you to see things differently. And that's what you want to ask. I'm willing to see things differently. Please show me how to do that. And it really matters the consciousness that you hold during the time that this is taking to unfold for you. There might still be a process And that's because we're human and we're not just automatically there. But the miracle collapses time into a shorter period than it would otherwise have been. So the consciousness of love and optimism and hope and insight that you hold during the process will ultimately shorten and alleviate the process for you. So things will work out in the way that they're supposed to and unfold as long as you are being led by love, being led by God. Here's something crucial to remember. The power to work miracles isn't reserved for a select few holier than thou people. It belongs to you. It is your superpower. When you clear the barriers to the place of perfect love within you by asking for help in removing the fear, the judgment, letting go of all of that junk, those limiting beliefs, those blocks and walls that you're holding on to because you think holding on to it will protect you or keep you safe in some way. But behind all of that is this beautiful wellspring of perfect love. And that is a place where miracles are born and flow effortlessly to you and from you. So when you clear the fear with help from God, you don't have to do it on your own, and let love fully flow from you, then you are working miracles naturally. But it's not just about recognizing you have this power. That's only the beginning. It's also about staying open, ready, and willing to be used. This is what A Course in Miracles calls a state of miracle readiness, which is a state far greater than one of manifestation, actually. This is about staying in a state of love, decluttered from fear as much as you can, and being open to be used for the highest good. So begin each day with a simple prayer. God, use me. I am open and willing to be used by you. Help me to work miracles on your behalf this day. Help me to be most helpful. Help me to see things from the eyes of love. And when fear comes up, take a moment to pause and hand it over to God. Declutter that fear as it comes up. Go ahead and take care of it. We know that it's easier to clean house as you go, right? Otherwise, it kind of adds up, and then you have to take like a whole day. It takes like a Saturday or Sunday to totally clean. What you could have done as time went on, right? A little bit at a time. So as the fear comes up, hand it over. That is clearing the fear. Ask God to help in decluttering that fear, breaking down the barriers that are preventing love and miracles from flowing from you naturally. You are the work of God, created by God, created by all-encompassing, pure love, light, and spirit. That is your source. And you are not separate from your source. You are an extension of it. And just as an idea cannot leave its source, you cannot leave your source, your creator. You cannot be separate from your source. Therefore, you cannot be separate from God, having been created by him. And you have all of the attributes of God within you: love, light, peace, strength, power, creativity. And you're here to express, extend those attributes into the world. And that is what working miracles is all about. When you recognize that this is who you are, this is your source, this is where you came from, the nature of true reality, and the nature of love, the power of love, miracle working becomes secondhand. It's natural, it's effortless, as long as you clear the fear and move from that powerful place, the heart of holiness and perfect love within you. A Course in Miracles says, child of God, you were created to create the good, the beautiful, and the holy. And that's quite a comfort, actually. Whenever you feel down and bummed and less than worthy, remind yourself, I am the work of God. I am as God created me. I am not created to be at the effect of this stress, of this chaos, of this lovelessness. I am a miracle worker. It is my birthright to both receive and give, extend miracles and love into the world. And when I do that, I am a transformative agent working for God to transform this chaotic world of pain and suffering, the upside down world of fear, into a happier, more joyful, more loving experience, not only for myself, but for everyone. And living from this place of remembering your true identity, who you are, who your source is, the love that created you, and the love that you have access to, that is available to you at all times, that dwells within you in your creation, that cannot be altered, that cannot be changed, that is eternal and perfect and forever within you. And when you remember your function, that you are here to realign with the mind of God and then clear all of that fear that's blocking you and go out into the world and be an extension of love, expressing love into the world, transforming those situations, then you're going to live a life of more power, more peace, and happiness. When your mind is aligned with God, with spirit, with love, you become invulnerable. Now, that doesn't mean that challenges and obstacles won't come your way, because the state of the world is that it's constantly throwing that out. But it does mean that you're going to approach them from a completely different place, being aligned with the mind of an all-knowing, all-powerful, all-loving God. It means that when the storms come, when the challenges come, you have like a built-in storm shelter. You can ride it out from a deeper place, a place of safety, a place of invulnerability. It means that you're not going to be shaken. It's not going to stop you. You were not created to be at the effect of anything in this world. And that is what happens when you realign with the mind of spirit, with the mind of God. The mind that serves spirit is unstoppable and unshakable because it is guided by divine wisdom, rooted in love, and free from the illusions of fear. As they come up, it is cleared, and love flows effortlessly. Invulnerability is a powerful place that comes from surrendering control and allowing the Holy Spirit to guide your thoughts and your actions. A Course in Miracles says, I take the second place to gain the first, talking about surrendering into aligning your mind with that of spirit, with that of love, with that of God. And in that way, miracles do collapse time. You release the need for control, your place of limited understanding, and take that direct vertical correction, the higher place, to get the higher wisdom, the higher understanding. Surrender to God. Hand whatever you're feeling over to God and say, please take this, and I am willing to see this differently. Please show me how to see the situation differently. From there, you will be guided. You will have insight. You will have a deeper level of understanding. You'll know things you otherwise wouldn't have known because you're coming from a more loving, open, and more willing place to see things from a loving perception, from a loving perspective, not to focus on the guilt or the fear or the limitation or whatever it is that's that block for you, that's causing the pain, that's causing the stress, that's causing the overwhelm and suffering. You're removing it. God is removing it. And from that place, you will know things that you shouldn't know and be able to move differently in the world. So when you do this, you're realigning your mind with spirit, with God, and you'll find that the situation that seemed to have such a tight control over you starts to lose its power. You're taking your power back. You're taking your power back by allowing the power of God to handle the situation. And your power, God's power, is your power. Darkness is the absence of light, just as fear is the absence of love. When you bring the darkness to the light dissolves the darkness. When you bring the fear to love, to God, God purifies and dissolves the fear. And the path is open. The way is open to that place of perfect love within you, where miracles are born. This is a really powerful concept because it reminds us that in order to overcome anything that the world throws at us, anything that we're going through, anything that's negative or fearful or limited, anything like that, the solution is not to fight it, but to bring it to love, to be transformed, to be healed. The answer to anything that is not perfect love is to bring perfect love into that situation. Be the presence of the alternative. Where there's fear, be love. Whatever it is, love is always the answer. Love is always the medicine. Whenever any discomfort comes up for you, whenever anything stresses you out, whenever you're not at peace, there is something there to be looked at. There's something there that you might understand more fully that could be healed. So that's the darkness, that's the fear that you want to bring to the light. You want to bring to love, that you want to bring to God. That is the barriers in front of perfect love within you that the Course says it aims to help you recognize and to get rid of so that you have access to a flow of perfect love and comfort and peace and happiness. So ask God as it comes up, help me to clear this fear out so I can move from a place of love, so I can be most loving and most helpful in the world. And show me how to see this differently. Show me how to look at it differently. Please take this, clear the fear, and let love lead. The more you use these tools in your life, the more you understand and accept and are open and ready and willing and available to them, the more miraculous transformation you'll see. The happier you'll be, the more loving you'll be, the more blessed you'll be and a blessing upon others, the more unshakable and untouchable you will be. You won't be at the effect as often of the things of this world. And that is a very powerful and satisfying place to be, indeed. Now, these principles aren't just pretty little words, pretty little quotes, pretty little ideas. These are powerful and practical tools of the universe. This is the power of God aligning with that power. That is your natural birthright to do, and allowing that power to move in you and through you and as you in this world, which not only transforms your own life into one of more peace, more happiness, more joy, but one that's a lot more effortless, less struggle, less overwhelm, less stress. Things work a little bit better for you because you're aligning yourself with the all-encompassing, all-knowing, all-powerful Spirit of God. And that Spirit knows how everything fits together, is in charge of divine right timing, reorganizes, reorchestrates all of these wonderful situations for you to practice what you've learned, to be better. One that is always there to guide you along this journey. It makes miracle working and receiving miracles not only a possibility, but inevitable as your function. Remember, you are here to work miracles, to give and receive them in this world. And the more that you embrace this power and the more that you engage with these principles, actually taking the time to do some of the things we've talked about here practically, the more you use them, the more you will see their effects in your world. The more the miracles, happiness, joy, peace, and satisfaction, contentment, ease, effortlessness will unfold for you. Until next time.